Hello everyone, Inkenstein here, looking at the Enigma Inkvent Calendar 2024. This is the colors that we had for last week. You can see this Colorverse ink here, like a peachy brown with a little bit of color variation on it. Very light ink, I'm not quite sure how that would look on a page. Red Panda, a flat, burnt orange, red, brown. You have Wet Pen's Deception Pass, which has a ton of color variant going on it. Very surprising and fun ink. Another lot of variation in this frosty blue, which I thought was really good. Shimmer ink, Magyar Irani, which is got a gold shimmer on top of like a reddish burnt orange. KW's Old Smoke, so stuff from the scratch off there, which has some very subtle color variation into it. And Troublemaker Purple Yam, which is just a very high saturated purple. Great color. So I'm going to put these away. And again, just so you see, the Enigma stationery comes in, this is plastic, but obviously it's cut to shape like a nib. Each day has a little holder. They have these little sample vials, very standard sample vials. Each one has a number written on top, which is then put into this base, which seems like a 3D printed base. You can pick, when you order, you can pick the color of your holder and your base. I just went for kind of the silver clear version there. So today we're going to go through 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So as you may have seen if you watched any of the previous videos, and I do these videos every week for the previous week's ink so that there are no spoilers. I think that people just really don't serve themselves or the community very well by spoiling all these ink calendars. We may have seen on some of the Diamine shipped out, and people were immediately opening it up and looking at all the colors. The Colorverse, literally the day it shipped, someone had gotten a hold of one and started uploading it. I just don't need that in my life. So it's like a 15. It's a Colorverse property. Again, this Project 12 Ori, I don't know what this means. This SGR, which was on this one here, or this one, Ori. So my original thought was they were related to the Zodiac, but I think I'm wrong with that. So let me pull up swatch card here and see what Ori looks like for day 15. It's a pretty standard ink. Give it a little shake anyhow, just in case. It is obviously a red ink. There's lots of red inks in this calendar. Orange, actually, pretty straight ahead orange. And high saturation and flat. So again, love colors, love ink. Would rather have something that I don't have a number of before. And I think this is an ink that I have several that are suspiciously very close to this. This is day 15. And again, this is Colorverse Project 12 Ori. Okay, put that up over here. Let's go back, look at day 16. Ferris Wheel Press. Aventurine. So let's get a card. Oh, it's a shimmer ink. Looks like maybe a reddish brown shimmer ink with a copper shimmer to it. Oops. How about I put it up before I open it? Oh my God, I've never done that before. Would that be just still stupid or what? Oh, I think I wouldn't have been wrong on the color. Let's see. It's definitely a copper shimmer, but let's see what it is. Oh, I wasn't expecting this. Oh, I can tell there's some color variant in this too. So it's not only shimmer ink, but it's got some color variation too. I don't have any Ferris Wheel Press ink because I have heard Aventurine. I've heard concerns about how it handles in pens, clogging, flow problems. I can tell there's a bunch of color variation. There's supposedly some shimmer in this too, so we'll let that dry. So I've largely avoided Ferris Wheel Press ink for no good reason. So let's look at this. Oh, this is the guitar ink, Brilliant Mint. I bought 2 of these guitar inks this year, and I like them both quite a bit. In fact, I have Smoky Navy inked up in a pen right now. Let's look at 17. Looks like an aqua blue green. There's something in there. What is that? That's shimmer particles, or I don't know, there's like some gunk in there. I don't know. Take a look. Oh, that's a nice blue-green. Oh, I think there's some other color properties to this as well. Guitar. Brilliant Mint. Inkvent. Day 17. Okay, day 18. Wet pen again. Western Trillium. There was a wet pen ink last week that I thought was Deception Pass, which was just a tremendous ink. So I'm looking forward to this. Oh, can't see much about it. It looks a little plumish. If I can make that word up. I think I guessed right on that. Kind of a mid-saturation ink. Kind of hoping, like the other wet pen ink, it reveals a little bit of color property as it dries. Inkvent, day 18. Wet pen. Western Trillium. So we'll see how that dries. Yeah, I think there is some color variance. It shows up there. Okay, 3 more to go. Colorverse. Again, one of these projects. This is Project 28 RE. I guess I should look up and find out what this is. They're leaning quite heavily on these inks for this. So let's see what Project 28 RE is. Day 19. Looks like a brown. Another very light saturated brown. It's a sandy brown. These look really interesting, but then they don't very practical, I think is probably the best way to put it. So if you look, it seems surprisingly similar to day 8. This is a peachier version. There's some peach going on here, sandy peach look, but there's a color variation going on there. Very interesting, but now that it's drying, it doesn't look quite similar. But let's see, Colorverse. Project 28 RE. Enigma Inkvent day 19. Okay, so we're up to 5 so far. 2 more to go. Oh, another guitar ink. Gentle green. Okay. Give this a try. Doesn't look green at all. Oh, yeah, it's green. A blue-green for sure. Ooh, I like this a lot. But there's going to be some color changing properties on this. I can already see some shading emerging. Ooh, I'm going to like this a lot. Look how it's drying. Okay. Inkvent day 20. This would be guitar. Gentle green. Yeah, that's gonna look really nice. We see some color properties popping out of there that you wouldn't expect to see when it's going down. Okay, last one for today. 21. Papier Plume. Heart of Gold. I'm guessing from a name like that it is, I'm completely making this up. I have no idea what it is. I'm guessing it's a burnt yellow with some red shimmer to it. Nope, wrong on all counts. So let's see what this looks like. That's more like a orange. Let's see what it looks like when it comes out in the card. Lots of orange in this calendar. Not a lot of variance in this orange either. A little bit of, let's see. Papier Plume. Heart of Gold. Enigma Inkvent day 21. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here for this week. Here are our 7 inks. Colorverse Project 12 Ori. There is some interesting color variants showing up in here. A little bit of brown, yellow brown in here. Especially with a little thicker, more saturated covering. A straight ahead orangey burnt color. Wow, there's a lot going on in this ink. This is a shimmer ink, though it isn't looking very shimmery in this light. There is shimmer in it. There is just so much color going on here. Like a wine color, pinks, greens, grays, different variants, like almost like a bronzy color through here. It's quite impressive, everything that's going on there. That's a really interesting ink. The guitar, brilliant mint. Some variation going on there, otherwise it's just a straight ahead mint color. Nothing too terribly crazy about that ink. Wet Pen Western Trillium. It's not as interesting as I had expected it to be, especially given how much the other ink in this calendar. There's some color variance going on in here, which is nice. Subtly, you see a little purple, like a dark ring of purple. You see some pink popping through. Not as interesting as the other one. And kind of like a peachy, skin tony type. There's some color variance in here. shades of sand. You see pink, brown. We've been here before. Guitar Gentle Green. If you like green inks, I'm not a huge fan of green inks. You can see there's yellows in here. There's some blues streaking in through here. So there's some nice color variance in here, but it's, again, seen this before. And this Papier Plume Heart of Gold, a peachy orange, some variance in color here, a lot of shading going on here. Again, not that extraordinary color. So mixture, the Ferris Wheel Press, would never have guessed it, but that really impressed me this week. I like this mint, even though it's not like a terribly exciting ink. The rest of these are kind of seen it before. So we'll go back and take a look at those again and come back next week. We'll do the last 4 and then look at all of them together. We'll spread them all out and take a look. Bye.